Hello friends, in this video I'm going to show you how to use mixed numbers and improper fractions, how to turn a mixed number into an improper fraction, and how to turn an improper fraction into a mixed number. The terms mixed number and improper fraction should be a review for you. You did have them last year. So here I have a picture up top of 3 wholes and then a half of a whole. And that is represented as a mixed number, which is a whole number and a fraction, and that is written as 3 1/2. 3 wholes and then 1/2 of a whole. Now I can convert this number over to what's called an improper fraction. An improper fraction is where the numerator is larger than the denominator. Now the denominator won't change. My answer will be in halves because the fraction is in half, so I'll keep that the same. In order to get the 3 1/2 part to be the numerator, what you have to do is you have to multiply the denominator times the whole number. So 3 times 2 is 6. And then add 1, add the numerator. So 3 times 2 is 6, and then 6 plus 1 is 7. So this is 7 halves. This improper fraction, 7 halves, equals 3 1/2. And if I look back up at my picture, I can even count. Maybe I can change this to white so I can see it better. I can count. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 halves. And that's why 7 halves equals the same thing as 3 1/2. Another example, here I have 4 and 3/4. So again, in order to change that to an improper fraction, I'll do 4 times 4, and I'll add 3. Now, here's an alternative method you can use. I'll keep the denominator still. I'll do 4 times 4 first. 4 times 4 is 16, and then I'll add 3. And I can write it as one fraction like this. Sometimes this helps people. That way you don't have to remember 16. You can write it down and then look at 16 plus 3 is 19. So that would have to equal 19/4. Just to prove that 4 3/4 equals 19/4, you can look at my picture, and these are all quarters. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19 fourths is the same thing as 4 wholes and 3/4. Now you won't always get a lovely picture. In fact, you'll really never have a picture to use. So most instructions will say something like change the mixed number into an improper fraction. So here I have 3 5/8. Again, it works the same way. You times the denominator times the numerator, and then you add the top number. So I'll do it my second method. I'll keep the denominator. I'll do 8 times 3 is 24, and then I'll add the numerator 5. 24 and 5 is 29, and I keep the denominator, so it's 29/8. Now let me show you a couple examples going the other way. Here I have an improper fraction, and now I have to change it over to a mixed number. The way that this works is you use division. This reads top down 36 divided by 5. So I'm going to write 36 divided by 5. 5 goes into 3, it doesn't go in. 5 goes into 36 7 times. 7 times 5 is 35. I subtract. 6 minus 5 is 1. 3 minus 3 is 0, so the remainder is 1. So what you do now is it goes in 7 full times. The remainder, 1, gets written over the divisor, 5. So this is 7 and 1 over 5. 36/5 is the same thing as 7 and 1/5. So here I had my improper fraction, and I converted it to a mixed number. So it's going the other way. And you can even check your work by converting it back into an improper fraction, and you should get it. Now, One of the last examples I'll show you is when you can reduce in the end. For example, let's say I had 66 eighths, and I have to change it to a mixed number. If I write 66 divided by 8, and I think, how many times does 8 go into 66? Well, I know that 8 times 8 is 64, and when I subtract 66 minus 64, I get 2. Now, normally you'll write 8 and 2 eighths. However, if you look at the fraction 2 eighths, it's not in simplest form. You can reduce 2 eighths by 2 over 2. If I reduce just the 2 eighths, the big 8 stays the same, the whole number 8 stays the same, but 2 eighths is 1/4. That gets reduced. So 66 eighths is 8 and 1/4. I'll do one more example like that just so you can get another taste of it. Let's do, and you can see the example. For example, I'll do 110 20ths, let's say. So here's a big example. You can pause it and try it yourself if you like. But first start by dividing. 110 divided by 20. So if I'm putting 120 into 110, I'm going to count by 2's. 2 is 20. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. 5 20s is 100. So I'm going to do 5. And 5 times 20 is 100. And when I do 110 minus 100, that's 10. And there's no more numbers. My remainder is 10. So normally I'll write 5 and 10 20ths. But 10 20ths can be reduced. So 5 and 10 20ths, I will reduce that by 10 and reduce that by 10. And I get 5 and 1/2. So this equals 5 and 1/2. So there's examples of both mixed numbers and improper fractions, and also reducing a mixed number if it's not in simplest form. So I hope this helps you out, and I'll see you in